Chelsea 3, Palace 1. Palace 1, Chelsea 3. We went to sell her back, yeah, and we gave them the business. Listen, we laid 3 on them. 3-1, yeah, 3-1. 3-1, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we did to them. But listen, I'm gonna be giving you 3 things I learned from that game, or 3 things, three reasons why I think Chelsea won that game, and 3 what I think Chelsea need to improve on, right? Because considering the fact that we going to the Maradonas, yeah, we're gonna be seeing Antonio Conte, yeah. In the words of Diego Costa, the man doesn't smile. The man's always angry, right? We're gonna be seeing the angry man again. Are we ready? Listen, I'm going to be telling you some things that Chelsea need to improve on before we go into that game, because we need to win that game to stay into the top 8. If we lose 1-0 or anything more than 1-0, even if we lose, we're done, because with 13 points, you know, equal with a lot of people. The Barcelona, a lot of them, we have 13 points with them. The PSG, all of them, right? We have 13 points with them. So we definitely need to win this game to keep ourselves in that top 8. Listen, can we do it? Listen, definitely think we can. Why? Because we are Chelsea Football Club, yeah? The world champions. That's what we do. We are good at demolishing champions. We are good at bringing that. Listen, who are they? Yeah? The PSG, done. The Barcelona, done. Liverpool, done. Yeah? Listen, who else you want to name? Name them. The Benfica, done. Now, Napoli is going to be our latest victim, ladies and gentlemen. Right? Let's get into it. But before we do, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's get into it. Number 1, number uno, number dos. Why Chelsea won? 1, Crystal Palace commotion, right? When I say Crystal Palace commotion, what do I mean? There are a bunch of problems going on at Palace, right? The Palace that we faced from the beginning of the season is not the same Palace we faced this one weekend, right? The Palace we faced from the beginning of the season. Gay was present. Eze was there. Mateta, all of them was looking like they were ready, right? They were ready, and we played them, right? But now there's too much problem going on at Palace. Alan Watson, I don't think he's going to be there next season. That's number 1. Mateta is looking to leave even in this window, and the window is about to close. The coach is definitely leaving, right, at the end of the season. He said that multiple times. And then we also know Eze is already gone, right? So their squad is not that strong again. And then Gay just left as well, went to City. He played his first game for City this coming weekend, right, against Wolf. And he was doing the and all of that thing, right? So the brother is setting him very, very well. And he's happy for that move as well. The coach is not happy. He's looking to leave. And I think we took advantage of that as well. Even though they were home, but we also, listen, we did what we had to do, and get ourselves the win. Listen, do I think that take away from the win that Chelsea got? Absolutely not. Listen, we won it. We did what we had to do. We went there with a plan, executed the plan, and got the business done. Listen, so kudos to Chelsea on that, and unlucky to Palace. Number 2, right? We give them a taste of their own medicine. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by we give them a taste of their own medicine? I'm gonna explain that to you. When we first faced Palace at the beginning of the season, right? What did Palace do? Sit down, right? Sit down, back, tight. Listen, we couldn't really do much with it, right? So all we did was just move the ball around and on back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then the game ended 0-0, right? But today, or I said yesterday game, basically we share possession with them. If you look at the stat, the possession wasn't that much. Chances created is not that, there isn't that difference. So we let them feel like they can also play as well. We let them have the ball when they wanted the ball, and we also got to sit back. If you watch the Estevan goal for each day, right, and everything that happened with that goal, basically the entire Palace team pushed forward, right? You saw that the entire Palace team, every single one of them, went forward, right, and the ball went to Esteban, and Esteban did what Esteban did yesterday, right? That's the very clinical. All I can say is that thank God it was not Nicola Jackson, right? Because everything he was doing with that ball, the ball was glued to his feet. He was running with the ball, not behind the ball, right? Because running behind the ball is basically you kicking the ball and then running behind it. But that's running with the ball, because almost every 2-3 steps he hit the ball. Every 2-3 steps he hits the ball, so he didn't lose control of the ball. None of that happened until he got in front of goal. When I thought, listen, he has taken 1 or 2 touch more than he should have, the man slot that thing ready. And the technique, if you watch the highlight, you see the way his foot went, yeah. And Stevie, listen, when I'm teaching football, yeah, Lord have mercy, but he did what he had to do. and that was brilliant, right? So we sit back, we let them have the ball, we let them play as well, and then we catch them on the counter. So far, that's what I've been seeing with the whole Liam Rosenior ball, right? I have not. You can say maybe that's because of this, the players stay adjusting to the way he play, his tactics, and all of that good stuff. Now, yeah, definitely. He's just coming and all of that stuff, but he's doing what he's supposed to do, and yeah, listen, if that was gonna take for us to win the game, let's sit back, relax, and then catch them on a counter and win. Listen, I'm okay with that. As long as we win it, I really don't care. We won an entire season, the league, with 15 goals. Arsenal, hold that. Thank you again, United. United, you have done every single one of us a favor. Hold that. 3 goals yesterday, put them at 16. Meaning, listen, the record survive another year, yeah? In the words of JT, the record survive another year. We keep going, we keep pushing. But that was basically what happened, right? So Chelsea basically sit down and let them play as well when they had the ball, and then we also try to catch them on the counter because the Jean Pedro go as well. Listen, again, that brings me to my point. That brings me to point number 2, clinical, right? We know Jean Pedro been struggling in front of goal. So has Leon Delap in the entire Chelsea team, right? They haven't really been clinical, and we didn't really have that much chances created in this game. But the few that we got, we made use of them, right? Except the Enzo Fernandez one in the first half. I think with the quality that he possesses, right, and what he has been doing lately, and the form that he has picked up, right, even with the new manager, right, I think he should have done better on that one. But listen, Jean Pedro go on that, did what he had to do, brilliant, right, perfect, executed that perfectly. So I'm all for it, right? Our front foot pressing, we don't look good, right? When we're pressing on the front foot, Chelsea don't really look good, right? We look sloppy, right? Now, if you watch with the way Maresca used to play before when Chelsea's pressing, right? We hard press. We try to suffocate the opposition. Now, if you watch our game against Barcelona, you watch our game against PSG, we were suffocating them in terms of hard press, right? And even when Liam Rosenior explained how he wanted to play, he also explained that, and he talked about that in his last press conference as one of the things Chelsea can improve on in terms of front foot pressing because we don't look compact, right? Either somebody is not on the person they're supposed to be in on, or is not in the position they're supposed to be in, right? Because so far all I've observed is like there's always a gap, there's always a space in the middle, and things are not happening the way we want them to happen, right? In terms of suffocating the opposition in terms of press, because lately, with Maresca, right, at least what I saw with Maresca, right, the number 9, the number 10, they do start the pressing, right? And then you see the fullback pushing, or the wingers also suffocating the other fullback or the wingback, and then you see everybody pushing, or basically kind of tightening them, and then we win the ball up high, and that's how Casedo even won most of his ball as well in the opposition area. So that kind of put us right back where we want to be, right in there, and then we continue the game from there. But so far that hasn't been working. And then the next point I'll make is the build up. Again, that's all because maybe this I don't think build up should be a problem because they were learning build up on they were doing build up under Maresca, and now Liam Wilson come on. Maybe there's a different way he want to do it, but I don't see that much of a difference, right? In terms of the way things are being done. Because maybe if he's trying to bring what he had at Strasbourg, right, with basically Panthers. Yeah, is that the Panthers pushing up in between the two fullback, turning it into a back three, right? So almost he's like one of the also now we say inverted goalkeeper. So he steps in there, right, and then it turns into a back three with him playing outfield as well. So I don't know if that's how he want the build up to happen. Right, and they're still learning that, and they haven't really have time to be able to train because since he came, it's just the one game after the other, one game after the other. So they have to get ready for games, not necessarily prepare the way he wants them to play, right? So it's just much of that. So I think when we stay playing how Maresca used to play, there hasn't really been any kind of I want to say in terms of build up, but I haven't really been maybe the way the Liam was want us to play or build up, and there hasn't really been much of that as well. So that's one thing I'll say Chelsea need to work on because the build up in itself haven't really been great, and then plus the front end pressing also hasn't really been great. We need to stay compact because, like I said, often the midfield is as open as you can imagine, but going to Napoli, right? We can go there. We can get the job done. I definitely believe we can get the job done. They've been in good form, right? They at least in top 2 in Syria. I don't really know what the last time I checked they were sitting first, but I don't know if they're still sitting at the top of the table. But can Chelsea get the job done? believe it. Cole Palmer's going to be back, hopefully, right? And Estevan with the way he's moving, Jimmy Gittins, Ganacho, right? Pedro Neto. He didn't really do much yesterday, though. But we all know the kind of the quality that he possesses. I don't think his work rate, I think, is one thing that kind of stands out. But I think we all getting tired of the work rate. We want something a little bit more from him as well to be able to create and do something more. Now, and then with the whole Ganacho and Gittins, like you get a little bit of a balance from Ganacho, but then Ganacho cannot take anybody on for God's sake. Right? The man can dribble past anybody. Either the ball is getting stuck under his feet or he's losing it. But then with Gittins on the other hand, he can shimmy his way past anybody, but then you don't get the work rate from him because of the way Chelsea's trying to play, like I said, balance for what you run for me, I run for you. Right? The people like Gittins, the Esteban, the not Ganacho, but Cole Palmer, you don't get those things from them. You basically have to sacrifice for you to be able to get the best out of this player. You're not going to get them to be able to run like 24/7, like other people you can get from them, like the Kisedo, the Enzo Fernandez, the Rich James, right? The Malugustos, and all of these people. You're not going to get it from people like Esteban and I say Gittins as well, and obviously Cole Palmer, right? No, you're not going to get that from them because no, it's not happening. But hopefully we can go over there to the Maradonas and get this job done. Listen, I believe in this team and I know you do. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget again, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you. See you later in the next video. Much appreciated. Cheers.